So, Gary, you say something I'm really intrigued by. You say if you kind of use the metaphor of a garden for your home, for your family, for your marriage, sometimes you have to prune the trees. What are you getting at there?
Well, just a wise gardener knows that a dead branch is just getting in the way of the tree producing good fruit. And if you want your life to be flourishing, where you're producing good fruit, you're having good relationships, good conversations, there's encouragement flowing out of your life, others are being blessed by your life. Sometimes you have to lop off the dead branches. And that's what When to Walk Away is all about, the freedom that we don't have to let ourselves be terrorized by toxic people. When somebody haunts you so that their name just comes up on your phone and you feel your blood pressure goes up, or when you're trying to put your kids to bed or your spouse is talking to you and you realize you're still trying to figure out the craziness of that last toxic person you've been interacting with, it's not healthy for your relationships. It's not healthy for you spiritually. It's not healthy for you psychologically. And when I realized how often Jesus let some relationships remain unfinished, how often Jesus chose to walk away from people that disagreed with him or meant him harm, how often he let them walk away from him without Jesus chasing after them, it was a life changing moment for me because I realized the only reason to walk away from the toxic relationships is to walk toward healthy relationships. And so if I've got poison relationships that's destroying my joy, when the Bible says the joy of the Lord is my strength, I'm walking around like a weak person. If I'm
Hmm.
around somebody that's gaslighting me, making me feel like I've lost my mind, and I see that with toxic people all the time. The definition of gaslighting is they make you feel like you're crazy for believing something that is true. Well, if I allow them to destroy my self confidence, I'm not going to have the courage to speak up in a healthy relationship, to gently encourage or to humbly rebuke and confront with gentleness. And so it's not just so much that I'm protecting me, it's that I want to protect the ministry that God would bring forth from me. And that means I need to take care of the mind and heart and soul that God has given me so that I can fully give myself to others and be a vessel through which God can use me to bless others.
And so, when you talk about pruning in the home front in marriage, are you talking about your spouse helping you identify those toxic people in your life to kind of give you some objectivity, a mirror to look into and go, oh, maybe you're right. Maybe this is not a good, healthy relationship.
Yeah, it's often misplaced guilt, I think, that that encourages us to stay in these unhealthy relationships. I think of a young woman who had a very dysfunctional background. Unless I know you get this just as a counselor, how much joy there is when she marries a really solid guy. Because sometimes you come out of dysfunctional background and you're familiar with dysfunctional people, you feel comfortable around dysfunctional people, and they repeat often the pattern that they had as children. She had a chance to create a new relationship, a new life, a new home, and they were a solid couple. And 6 9 months after they get married, she's coming back and saying, Gary, the marriage is going so well, and I think it's time to go back now and really try to fix things with my mom. And I had to tell her how much of a trap that was. I said, you can't have a healthy relationship with an unhealthy person. You're not called to parent your mother. She's resented it when you've done it before. And what you're doing is you're taking away valuable time, energy, effort, and hours where you could be investing in your new family. Really sink down your roots with your husband, get to know each other, understand each other, and grow together, and you're throwing that away for the sake of trying to fix a relationship that throughout your entire life has never gone well, that will just leave you feeling chaotic and in turmoil and needing to be repaired again. I said,
Yeah.
I get why you want to have a healthy relationship with your mom. Who doesn't? Just don't sabotage your relationship with your spouse by going back to a dysfunctional family as if this time you're finally going to be able to fix it.
Hmm. Such a good word. Thanks, Gary.